Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host with the most, as always, Francois878. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Ferrox, the new Corpus laser spear. And I'm going to be talking about it and the fact that it's basically power creep on the Opticore. And I'm going to show some builds off for you guys. Now, this weapon, the base stats are 1.33 fire rate. It has a charge rate of 0.5 seconds. It deals 350 damage for the charged shots, and it deals it mostly in puncture. It has a 30% crit chance, a 2.5 crit multiplier, and a 10% status chance. This weapon also has innate punch through, which is really, really nice for weapons like this because you don't have to use shred to get that punch through, and it deals with groups much more easily. Now, the Opticore base stats, 1.0 fire rate, 2.5 second charge rate. It deals 1,000 damage on its charged shots, similarly in puncture. It's got a 15% crit chance, a 2.0 crit multiplier, and a 15% status chance. The Opticore also has a interesting feature in that it has a little bit of an AoE effect on the beam. So enemies that are near the beam but not necessarily directly hit by the beam will also take some damage. Personally, I like the punch through better because the AoE effect on the Opticore doesn't deal full damage. So with the punch through, both targets are going to be taking the full damage, whereas with the AoE, you'll probably hit multiple enemies, but they're not going to be taking the full brunt of the beam. Now, the build that I'm going to be showing off here in a few seconds is very meta. Take that into consideration. It is a crit build because that's what the Ferrox does best. Status chance definitely isn't really viable on either the Ferrox or the Opticore, to be quite honest. But here it is. Also, no fire rate mods at all. The 0.5 second charge rate, I just didn't even feel like I really needed it. I'd rather buff up the damage as much as possible so that I'm killing things in fewer shots than having to fire more shots in order to kill things. If you really, really wanted to put a fire rate mod on here, I would recommend taking heavy caliber off. For me personally, I kind of like the spread of the decreased accuracy with heavy caliber. I feel like I can often hit multiple enemies and then punch through those enemies because of the spread of the beams. But I completely understand if you want to have pinpoint accuracy with the Ferrox. It is a very accurate weapon at long range, and it can really fill that niche. I would recommend speed trigger or vial acceleration. Shred, the weapon already has punch through, and the fire rate buff just isn't enough. I never thought I would not be recommending Shred to you guys. But as far as the rest of the build, it's a basic crit build. Nothing fancy. I did use 3 90% elemental mods. Like I said before, don't even worry about status. Just go for pure damage. Overall, I really like the Ferrox. It's a lot of fun. I liked the Opticore when it first came out as well. And the Ferrox is definitely just straight up power creep. It's better in every way, and that's just, it is what it is. Now, it does have an alternate fire, which I haven't really mentioned until now because I hardly ever use it. Basically, you throw the spear, and it lands and will lash enemies near it with electricity, and they will be stuck there, CC'd. It doesn't really work half the time. Honestly, enemies can melee out of it and will come after you, and you've basically given up your primary for absolutely no reason at all. So, honestly, my recommendation would just to stay away from the alt fire altogether. Just use it as the gun, honestly. That's probably the one area that I think the Jevlock is far superior in, is the alt fire. Honestly, I much prefer the fire mode and the way that this weapon works over the fireballs of the Jevlock. personally. That, and I have a place in my heart for Corpus weaponry, so that's that's basically where that comes from. Overall, though, I mean, obviously this weapon is power creep, and it's getting a little scary nowadays that everything is getting more and more obviously power creepy. Nidus is incredibly powerful, probably one of the most powerful Warframes, if not the most powerful Warframe as far as pure damage goes. He power creeps on every damage frame we have. The new frame, Octavia, we just got her skills. She's going to be a support type frame, and she's really power creepy too. So I'm a little nervous about the trends, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Until next time, I've been your host of the most, as always, Francois878, signing off.